This car handles pretty nicely. Rear-wheel drive's a good thing. You've probably noticed Hyundai's been stretching their brand all kinds of directions the last few years, and this is the one that goes the direction of Camaro and Mustang. It's the Hyundai Genesis Coupe R-Spec with a 3.8 V6. Let's drive this 2013 with the new face and the new motor and check the tech. Now, the Genesis Coupe isn't some pocket rocket. It's a pretty good piece of machinery. Classic proportions, short rear deck, big long sloping arc of a roof line down over the backlight, and a relatively long hood. But the front of that hood is where I have an issue. This new face, which is kind of like the Veloster, is a little bit of a combination of Mazda Goofy Grin meets Renault Megane, and I don't use either of those terms as a compliment. Now, the first thing I'm struck by, and happily so, is that the cabin quality of the Genesis Coupe has gone way up. And overall, it's got a more grown-up look and feel, which is nice. I'm also spotting these as being new. 3 analog gauges, kind of a weird hodgepodge. This one here is a fuel consumption thing. That's very green. Next to it is torque. That's very not green. And then there's the irrelevant oil temperature. That's very irrelevant. But they look good in a performance coupe like this. And remember, this is the Korean Camaro, the Korean Mustang. So bear that in mind. They go much more after those American pony cars than they do after other Asian performance rides. Now, once we get into cabin tech, it's a big story of can't. Can't get this, can't get that. You do have Bluetooth streaming, for example. You do have your basic aux, iPod, and USB down here. Not too elegantly done because you have to use one of these proprietary double-headed connectors. You put that in, and there's a nice little bin right here to put your iPod Touch or your iPhone, except it doesn't fit. And because you cannot get navigation or a big color display in this car, not in this trim, we're in the R-Spec. Bear that in mind. You're going to use this pretty minimal display right here. I'm streaming off my phone right now, and as you can see, I'm not getting any meta tags off this guy. That may vary by phone, but at least on this, Razr Max running Android, not getting anything like that. Here's my iPod. I get some good meta information on that, however, even though I don't get that on A2DP Bluetooth. We've got AM/FM radio. There's no HD radio on this guy. XM satellite radio on this vehicle as well. That is standard on an R-Spec. There's an upgraded audio system. Again, not on the R-Spec. You're stuck with their basic rig. 6 speakers around the cabin, 170 watts. You also cannot get Hyundai's Blue Link telematics system that does connected services through your phone. That also comes on color LCD screen cars, not this one. And finally, you only have one choice, and this is a good omission, of this very slick-feeling 6-speed manual. Hyundai's new 8-speed automatic, new to this car, is not available in the R-Spec. It's got a nice gutsy sound. Okay, a Genesis Coupe in the R-Spec can have 2 different motors. A 2-liter Turbo 4, it's been upgraded a lot since last year. We'll talk about that another day. Or this one, the 3.8-liter V6. Also upgraded a lot since the last car, mainly by getting direct injection. 348 horsepower, 295 foot-pounds of torque, gets this guy up to 60 in not much over 5 seconds, about 5.2, while delivering 1827 mpg. This guy stacks up better on paper than either a 6-cylinder Camaro or Mustang. Okay, let's go for a run on our Korean Camaro. It's about the same size. You got a gutsy V6 to rear-wheel drive only. There is no all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive variant on this car. This car handles pretty nicely. Rear-wheel drive's a good thing. The ride will get a little annoying if you live in places with crappy pavement, although I can report the cabin doesn't drum very much. That helps. And nothing yet is squeaking or rattling. I guess the takeaway I would give you is that everything feels kind of hard on this car. So everything on this car feels like a handful. They dialed in the personality of it, I think, well, to match what you expect from a car of this pseudo-track trim level. Okay, let's price a 2013 Genesis Coupe R-Spec now. It's a key thing to remember. If you want the 2-liter, inline-4 turbo, the one we didn't review here, that's going to be about $27,400. Add $22,50 for this 3.8 direct injection V6. Then in terms of options, there aren't any you need to care about to go CNET style. Remember, you can't get premium audio in this car. You can't get navigation. You can't get Blue Link information and telematics. You can't get the 8-speed automatic. That's it.